to people like me, I think. I think there's not enough. I mean, we're beginning to now, but at least in the city of Toronto, our theater community, we tend to be isolated from one another. I mean, we do talk, and again, it's starting now, but I think, a stronger networking of, artistic directors and general managers and business managers, I think can really benefit from a good dialogue of how to really make both on the stage and off the stage as diverse as a TTC bus. Do you know what I mean? And I think, again, we tend to go by our defaults. And for a lot of, the men that are sitting in these powerful positions that can actually make those decisions, their default list of people or roster of artists are really a reflection of who they were back in the day. And that list needs to change and the roster needs to evolve. So I think that's one thing. I think, having a dialogue with theater companies, in particular with, leaders that are new to the game, like me, for example. I just kind of got started here at Factory, but also speaking with younger leaders and women leaders and asking for our advice and what we think, because then I have the power to recommend, people that they might actually consider. Like, I have a roster of people that I think I can go, here's my list, how about you suss them out, check it out, and see who knows, right? Who knows? You can only try. But I think that for other people considering, it'd be great for them, again, to network and reach out to other theater companies that practice the same thing. And Toronto in particular, we have a great kind of array of ethno-specific theater companies, smaller than Factory, that I go to sometimes, for help. If I'm really looking to put out a call for auditions for a production and, my list isn't good enough, I will call the AD of Cahoots Theater Company or Obsidian Theater Company. That theater company, for example, is dedicated to the Black Canadian experience and artists, Native Earth Performing Arts, Aluna. So those are great living, breathing resources that people can actually, and we're good ADs, we're not snobs, we answer emails promptly, and are always willing to be there and take us out for coffee, have a conversation with us. I'm always welcome. I have an open door policy. I'm always open to talking about what the scene is like here in the city and what it is like to hire and practice inclusivity and diversity. So I think that's kind of my one thing that I would recommend is pick up the phone. Like, we're all Googleable in that sense. Pick up the phone and talk to people who are living that experience and practicing it on a daily basis. And again, create an advisory board of, artists or, if they're theater companies. Like, again, there's something to be said about being able to call me or Marjorie Chan from Cahoots or Philip Aiken. Like, we're all connected in this community. And, I know that the Fringe Festival, for example, started up the culturally diverse kind of fund because they really wanted to increase the diversity of the people applying to the Fringe. And they got money to actually fund culturally diverse applicants. And so Gideon, who was the ED at that time, called me up and said, hey, I have a posting out, and this is a call for artists of color. I will be honest with you, I don't know if this is PC or not, if it's gonna affect, but I need help. Can you just read it over, guide me, tell me if, and he did this with other artistic directors of color as well to make sure. And sure enough, it's like we helped him. And now it's like, fourth year running that funding program, and it's been great. It's actually a great funding program that encourages more artists of color to participate in the Fringe, because again, there is this perceived idea that, Fringe is only open to so-and-so, and sometimes the artists of color need that leg up to get into the Fringe and be inspired. So again, if you're scared or when in doubt, consult. Ask for help. We're right here, and we are your resource. So I don't take offense to any of those. It's better to kind of be honest than be paralyzed by your fear of never knowing what to do. Like how will you progress if you don't take the leap of faith and take a risk, right? So, and it's better also to ask for help and ask for our opinion rather than like, oh, okay, we're going to just do that one thing. Because again, tokenism can play a big game in that. And then you're really like effed up, like, and offended all of us at once, just because you have that one thing in the sea of, doesn't cut it, So if I'm looking at your program and all these beautiful headshots of your company, and there's that one and it's like spirit carrier number 75, that's still not good. That does not make you inclusive or diverse, right? Like it needs to be better than that, and you can do better than that.